One is Juju, who would go a little T.O. on the celebration there.
But he didn't get to the star.
Didn't go to the star. George Teague was not in the building. Teague is a legend. Garrett Gilbert picked off by Minka. Minka would be all over the field yet again. Minka Fitzpatrick been fantastic, as so many of these Steelers defenders have been. Mike McCarthy's like, we're right there, we're winning. Ben, go do your thing. Roethlisberger, fourth quarter, 4 minutes left. Looks deep. Claypool, wait, what do we got? Flag, McCarthy says, are you serious?
Mike wanted it bad.
Mike wanted this one, especially Pittsburgh, where he's from. Yeah. Eric Ebron, jumps over the defender. Okay, Steelers have the lead, but the Cowboys were not.
Let it. Oh, my gosh.
Garrett Gilbert would come all the way back here, would hit CeeDee Lamb a couple times on some big plays. This is the drive of this guy's lifetime here. 1st and 10. Look at this pass here. He's rolling. Look at CeeDee here. Toe drag swag.
Toe drags. His heels never went down. That's how crazy this is. If his heels hit the white, he's out of bounds.
Garrett Gilbert to CeeDee Lamb in Week 9. That's exactly how Cowboys fans drew it up, right? Well, 3rd and 4. Gilbert with a shot. Throws it.
Minka again.
This guy's
the Hall of Famer.
He really seems like he's a Hall of Famer.
MVP.
Steelers are 8-0 for the first time. Ben Roethlisberger. How'd it feel?
It's the NFL. There's no easy games. We're the Pittsburgh Steelers. We know everyone's coming for us. If you didn't know who, I'm not trying to take any shots at anybody, but if you didn't know who America's team was, you should have seen the stands and all the terrible towels. Dallas may be America's team, but we'll be the world's team because we got fans everywhere and they're the best in the world.
Okay. All right.
Ben's got takes.
Okay, Big Ben. This team is undefeated, Kyle. This team does not have very pretty wins sometimes. It gets real ugly sometimes is the way that I look at it. Did you see any red flags in their win over the Cowboys?
Yeah, sure. And that's the talk. And I know Peter's been talking this up for weeks, is that there's what they call, that really is the de facto Mike Tomlin loss, which is in the middle of a great season for Pittsburgh, which they have almost every year. They lose an inexplicable game, and they lose to Garrett Gilbert. And you say, what the hell? You're Pittsburgh. You're supposed to run over him. This was that game. They did play down to him. They didn't perform well, and they still won.
Yep.
And, everybody's heart jumped up in their throat when Ben goes down. There's something to it, and I don't want to see him get hurt, and I want to be 100% healthy. There's something to the image of Ben Roethlisberger walking with a hitch in his giddy-up where you're like, now we're good.
Ben time.
It's like me when I have like a couple drinks. Now I'm good. Like now I feel like myself. With the second there was that shot of Roethlisberger walking out of the tunnel, and it's like Steve Austin or something. You're like, this is what we want. When he's a little hurt, it's when Ben sinks into his groove. And they won the game. That's all that matters. And I think Roethlisberger's best football is still ahead of him. 8-0 for the first time in Steelers history. Never been it. I don't care how ugly it was. That's the shot I want. I feel good. Yeah. I feel better than I did before that
Seems
shot.
normal.
Yeah.
That's how I felt for a couple of garlic knots before the pizza. You have a couple garlic knots.
Then you're like, I'm good.
Just to whet the appetite, and then you dive into the pizza.
Not a bruschetta?
No. A garlic knot. That's a very Jersey.
Very
nice and buttery.
I would like to talk about Mike Tomlin, the head coach, because I don't care how they win, they win. And in a NFL world where there's so much turnover and good and bad, Tomlin's so good. They're 8-0. That's 14 straight seasons to start his career without a losing season. The tied record was with Marty Schottenheimer, who did it over several franchises. The difference, Tomlin's got a ring. Marty never won one. This is an all-time coach, and this might be his coup de grace, his greatest season. Steelers, never pretty. They find a way.
Listen, I was going to talk the Goodwin punt return, but I don't want to, so producers hold off on that. I'll just kind of follow, Kyle, what you were saying. Yesterday, I'm in the studio at CBS, and Big Ben takes that hit. This game was still hanging in the balance at that point. And everybody cuts their eyes to Bill Cowher.
Sure.
Because Big Cowher knows him. He knows that Big Ben is tough. He knows when Big Ben is limping around. So as we're looking at him, he's just sitting back in his chair. And we're watching these 1,000 screens. And we're like, Bill, what's up, man? What's going on? He said, now the game has started. Huh? When Big Ben gets banged up,
really?
Now the game has started. And sure enough, after that, he goes 4 for 4, throws that dime back in the end zone, James Washington. There is something to Big Ben playing a little bit pissed off, having a little grit to him. And after that hit, it's kind of like he woke up and the offense woke up, and then subsequently the team ends up winning.
They were down 19-9 in the fourth quarter, and he led he put points on every drive since then. So to me, it was cool, even though it was ugly, and it's been ugly in several games and moments and games this season, that he can still come in the clutch and make it happen.
Absolutely.
He can still put it on his shoulders.
He's a
and he
beast.
Are they going to the Super Bowl, bro?
I think they're winning.
They're
the Super Bowl.
undefeated.
I know
man.
you do.
I do. I really do.
You call
Why
it.
doesn't he just take care of it in the parking lot? Just ram his knee into the fender of a car and then play the game.
Call Tanya Harding.
Or that.
Okay, that was a lot.
Absolutely.
Let's go to Ian Rappaport, our NFL Network insider. Ian, we're talking garlic knots and Tanya Harding here on the show this morning. Happy Monday to you. The Browns are on a bye in Week 9. Two of their biggest stars were in the headlines, though, yesterday. What is the latest with Baker Mayfield and with Nick Chubb?
We'll start with Baker Mayfield. During our pregame show, actually, yesterday, before the games even started, came word that Baker Mayfield was being added to the COVID-19 reserve list. And usually, this is a situation where you go back, you try to figure out, okay, when did he test positive? What does it mean? That's not necessarily the case here. From my understanding, Baker Mayfield actually had a close contact with someone else, one of the staff members who tested positive for COVID-19. As of now, that person had not yet been identified, but we do know that Baker Mayfield could actually be cleared, because he has not tested positive, could be cleared in time to be able to practice on Wednesday for the Browns. They did not play last weekend, so yes, he is on the reserve list, but it may not actually affect his practice week at all. That's good news. Another person who is going to practice, from what I understand, Nick Chubb, the star running back for the Cleveland Browns. He had an MCL sprain, missed a little more than a month. He has been attacking his rehab a little bit ahead of schedule. I'm told he is expected back at practice this week, and the team is hopeful, very hopeful, that if all goes well, he should be able to play this Sunday against the Texans.
Oh, I hope so. It's nice to see those superstars get back on the field. Michael Thomas last night, Christian McCaffrey as well for the Panthers in a really tight game there. So good to see our superstars healing up and getting back out there. Thanks so much.